Lesson 33, Time Management Through Fasting. Fasting is at once a journey near and yet so far. By undergoing one, more will be learnt from it than all the lands you visited or books you have read. Morris Crock. Fasting, resting the body from food, is part of life. People fast every night when they go to sleep. This abstainment from food and liquid may last 8 to 10 hours or longer. Now, if humans lived in a normal and natural way, each night's repose would be adequate. But because humans live so far away from the natural state, the nightly nocturnal fast is not sufficient to completely rest or purify the body. Isn't it interesting that the major religions of the world teach the benefits of fasting? I find that fascinating. The journey into fasting is about becoming a finely tuned spiritual instrument. Fasting is mentioned as part of nearly every religion on earth. Fasting on water is a spiritual practice. Undertaking a fast measures self-discipline and self-control. Fasting tests the will. Fasting is nature's foundational law of all healing and revitalization. Nature's healing command is, don't eat, lie down, hide, be quiet. Fasting seems to be a part of every answer. Are you confused? Fast. Feeling ill? Fast. Sick to your stomach? Fast. Those who fast regularly know that not eating has a cleansing effect on all areas of the mind, body, and spirit. Fasting enables the body to start healing itself. The amazing thing about fasting is that it's nature's supreme medicine. When one begins to fast, the elimination process is set in motion and the entire body commences a cleansing program. During a fast, the body can focus its enzyme power to autolyze or dissolve tumorous formations and toxic residues. While fasting, the blood thins. Recall Lesson 10, Detoxification, where we learned how the quality of the blood is formed at the intestinal villi. This allows the thick mucus trapped in the lymph to diffuse out into the blood for elimination. This is the process of diffusion. Elements move from areas of greater concentration to areas of lesser concentration. Orange, grapefruit, lime, and lemon juices dissolve toxicity, mucus, and excess calcite deposits so that they may be washed out and eliminated. I recommend including the pith, the white inside of the rind, with your citrus juices, especially when fasting. The pith contains bioflavonoids, fiber, and calcium. Case studies conducted by fasting doctors over this last century prove that the longer you fast, the more centered you become, the better you heal, the higher your intellectual activity, and the younger you appear. The pancreas secretes enzyme-rich digestive juices when the stomach and duodenum are empty. These fluids travel into the intestinal tract, are absorbed by the intestinal villi, and then enter into the blood and lymph to digest undigested fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. When your body is cleaned and tuned through fasting, you'll experience a continuous flow of vibrant health, electric energy, and mental strength. This will enable you to perform at levels you never thought possible. Time will slow down, but your brain will speed up. You will feel amazingly calm. Your consciousness will glow as ideas flow through you exactly when you need them. Fasting is an art. One masters fasting by developing the ability to raise the functions of the body while the blood sugar is low. If we're living with passion and with a purpose, then fasting is exciting, never boring. Let us not lose sight of the truth. Food is a means to an end, not an end in itself. The paradox of the Sunfood diet is that food is not an issue. As long as the food is raw plant food, eat what you need for fuel and get on with accomplishing your goals. Be so busy accomplishing your goals that you don't spend any time even thinking about food. Use the secrets of diet and fasting to help you advance in all areas of life, including spiritual pursuits, relationships, business, and emotional poise. Get more done in less time. The best time to get tedious, organizational work done is during a fast. Time management is best accomplished through fasting. Eating food is a tremendous consumer of time. How to fast? One must be careful with fasting. There are health conditions that do not react well to fasting. For instance, a fast is not recommended for diabetics who have taken insulin for more than 2 years. Those taking certain medications or recreational drugs should also not fast until they have detoxified their body, eaten a mineral-rich organic diet, and stopped the intake of all chemicals. Otherwise, fasting may cause too much poison to flow out of the lymph fluid into the body too quickly. One should build up stores of natural amino acids or superfoods, chlorophyll, greens, sugars, fruit, and raw plant fats in the system for at least 6 months before undertaking a fast of 2 days or longer. To begin fasting, try the no breakfast plan initially, no break fasting, then go 1 day and continue further. Preferentially arrange to fast when the seasons change or on the full moon. These times are when the body cleanses the strongest. During each change of season, nature does its house cleaning by expelling poisons. This is why people experience the flu, which is detoxification, during the seasonal changes. When the moon is full, the tidal energies are pulled, levity energies are higher, and the body is triggered to detoxify. I recommend fasting on fresh spring water mixed with fresh lemon juice. The lemon juice acts as an internal soap by dissolving mucus and cooked food residues. The fasting I recommend for accelerated healing is designed to keep the blood sugar low. As a low-sugar fruit, lemon works perfectly. The fasting I recommend for time management can include coconut water, fruit juice and/or green vegetable juices, but may also be done just on water with lemon juice. When you're fasting for time management, small fasts of 2 or 3 days may serve your purpose. I typically will fast on water all day. While working at my business, then accomplish the incredible amount of work in the evening and at night, reading or writing. Wake up after 5 hours of sleep at 5 a.m. and work 3 or 4 more hours before breaking the fast and eating something the following morning. If you are new to Sunfoods, fast should be undertaken with care. Ease into them. For those who are inexperienced, fast for small intervals, 1 or 2 days. Go on an adventure with a trustworthy friend or family member. Spend a day fasting out in nature in a forest, at a pond, or near a waterfall, consuming only pure water. As you begin to undertake longer fasts, you will recognize that the body first uses up the sugar in your system for fuel, then, after 3 days, clicks over to glycogen stored in the cells and liver. The body will eventually tap into the body fat and begin converting that into fuel until it is depleted. Protein breakdown is the last thing the body turns to for fuel. During a fast, an individual should be concerned about bowel movements. The bowels may not move when they need to. If you feel a bowel movement is necessary while you are fasting, administer an enema to yourself or visit a colon hydrotherapist. Colon hydrotherapy while fasting is very cleansing and tremendously healing. The amount of water you drink during a fast should be dictated by thirst. 4 quarts or 4 liters or 1 gallon of water or juice each day should be adequate. The less fluids you take in, the more aggressive and hazardous will be the fast. Do not push yourself beyond the bounds of reason. If you feel dizzy, weary, extremely thirsty, and/or experience pain in the kidneys or the outer lower back, drink more water. Add fresh juice or even return to eating very light raw food, a cucumber, berries, cherries, or an apple. As you are fasting, read books on the subject to keep you focused and motivated. During a fast, my motivation is renewed whenever I read Arnold Ehret's book, Rational Fasting. Arnold Ehret brings up a crucial point in his writings. How you break a fast determines to a large extent the value of the fast and the degree of rejuvenation. Remember the rule that however many days you fast, it takes the same amount of additional days to fully recover. If you fast for 10 days, then it will take 10 additional days after the fast to return to normal eating and lifestyle patterns. Preferentially break a fast with a juicy alkaline fruit, such as a papaya or cucumber. Fresh figs, grapes, or cherries also work well. Breaking a water fast with wild coconut water is also quite magical. The introduction of alkaline fruit will cause a peristaltic wave and a flush of all the dislodged toxins throughout the body. Keep in mind the stomach will shrink from days of fasting. Wait at least 2 hours before eating something else to allow the full cleansing peristaltic wave to sweep through the body. Peristalsis is a muscular contraction which flows wave-like through the colon, helping to expel waste. The next meal may consist of heavier foods, preferably blended, such as fruits and avocados mixed together. After 1 or more days, whole green leaves may be reintroduced into the body. Cooked food should be avoided following a fast. On the other hand, superfoods, blue-green algae or spirulina, can be helpful to add not only during the fast, but after as well. Generally, the more toxic a person is, the more weight they will lose during a fast. Weight and size lost during a fast can be regained with no detrimental effects if desired. The body retains a memory as to its normal proportions. I have found that at this point I can fast 4 or 5 days on water with almost no weight loss. What I learned from the Yaqui medicine man. I once met a Yaqui Indian medicine man of the same race and ethnicity as Don Juan from the Carlos Castaneda books. He was a robust man who radiated an extraordinary vitality, grace, and simple gusto for life. I believe he was 82 years young when I met him, but his age was unguessable to anyone who did not know. He looked in some ways as if he were 10 years old. He had many of the features of a young boy. I looked at his hands closely and noticed no wrinkles and no liver spots. He has followed a vegan diet since birth, as taught to him by his mother, overturning the false idea that indigenous peoples are not vegetarians or vegans. Only 3 times in his life has he eaten animal foods: raw rattlesnake twice, as a ceremonial experience, and turtle soup once. His friends told me he could identify thousands of herbs. He told me the story of how he crossed the desert of silence in the state of Sonora, Mexico. He crossed without food or water for 8 days, all the while sucking on a small pebble. He described that fasting was the key to spiritual awakening. He fasts 2 days a week, taking in very little water. He also fasts 3 days every full moon. Breatharianism. Recall Lesson 2, the foundational law. Things produced after their kind. When you overeat one day, you are hungrier the next. The more you eat, the more you want to eat. The less you eat, the less you want to eat. The more you fast, the easier it is, and the less you desire food. Fasting becomes easier the more you do it. I'm of the opinion that when the body is finely tuned and totally purified on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, one can fast for an extremely long time. In his fascinating book, Spiritualizing Dietetics, Vegetarianism, Dr. Johnny Lovewisdom describes exactly how he fasted for 7 months and 7 days on 99% distilled water, the other 1% consisting of citrus, tomato, or green juice, and then 4 months later, again fasted for 6 months and 17 days on 99% distilled water. Jasmuheen of Australia, founder of the Self-Empowerment Academy, describes in her book Living on Light how she has lived on herbal teas and very little food since June of 1993. She writes, "It is not about fasting, it is about allowing, trusting, clicking into an energy pattern of knowing that our true sustenance is provided by cosmic light, which sustains many beings from many universes, and is a possibility offered to us here and now, nor is it a process of denial." I know Jasmuheen personally. She has stayed at my home in Southern California. She eats very little, less than anyone I personally know. Every day spent with her demonstrated to me that her energy levels were high and balanced. She is a lot of fun. While staying with me, she spent 2 to 4 hours meditating each morning and evening. I got the impression that her lifestyle is easy for her. In my estimation, the end goal of natural nutrition and mind mastery is breatharianism, a lifestyle involving yoga, meditation, laughing, regular long fasts, and a pure, frugal diet. Action steps. Time management through fasting. Number 1. After eating plenty of raw foods for at least 6 months, prepare and undertake your first fast. While fasting, read books on fasting. This will help strengthen your resolve. I recommend Rational Fasting by Professor Arnold Ehret, Fasting Can Save Your Life by Dr. Herbert Shelton, and The Miracle of Fasting by Paul Bragg. Number 2. As a healthy life discipline, make routine fasting part of your life. Fast 3 to 7 days on water, fruit juice, and or vegetable juice during the change of seasons. Fast when you attend seminars. Fast for time management. Fast for fun.